Have you ever felt anxious in a relationship that's supposed to feel like love? Have you ever prayed about it but still felt unsettled? Do you keep questioning yourself instead of questioning what's happening? I'm Morgan, a wife, a Christian relationship coach who's had to untangle this in my own life, and now I help other women do the same. This is her redemption story. You're not here by accident. So grab your coffee and let's dive into today's episode. Over the last several episodes, we've talked about soul ties, toxic influence, family patterns, boundaries, healing, awareness. We've peeled back layers, but underneath all of it, there's been one deeper question. Who are you really? Because when you tolerate what hurts you, when you shrink in relationships, when you question your worth, it's never just about the relationship, it's about identity. And today we're closing this series by anchoring you in truth. Not who trauma said you are, not who your past said you are, not who someone else reduced you to, but who God says you are. Stay with me until the end because I want you leaving this episode standing taller than when you press play today. I used to believe so many lies about myself, that I wasn't enough, that I was unworthy of healthy love, that my past disqualified me from ever being fully free. Shame felt like a part of my personality, guilt felt responsible, self-doubt felt safe, and I didn't even realize I was living inside of a version of myself that God never created. But God, He refused to leave me there. He started gently showing me who I really am, not through what I did, not through what was done to me, not through how people treated me, through His love. And that changed everything. Identity doesn't get distorted overnight. It gets shaped slowly by family wounds, by relationships that made you question yourself, by mistakes you replay at night, by comparison, by feeling too much or never enough. The world will tell you all day long who you are. But God has always been the only one who can define your worth. And somewhere along the way, you may have picked up labels that were never yours to carry. The identity that I used to wear, and you might carry these too: worthless, unlovable, invisible, too much, too emotional, too needy, disqualified, shameful, disgusting, guilty. I actually wore those lies like a heavy coat, and I thought that I had to keep wearing it forever, and maybe you do too. But here's what I need you to hear. God never agreed with that version of you, not once. So let's anchor this. This is who God says that you are. In 2 Corinthians 5:17, it says that if anyone is in Christ, she is a new creation, not patched up, not barely acceptable, new, brand new. In Ephesians 1, it says you are chosen, you are adopted, you are redeemed, lavished with grace. And in Psalms 139, it says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So that means you are whole, you are redeemed, you are valuable, you are seen, you are pure, you are called, you are loved without condition. You are truly brand new. God's view of you does not change based on your past. It does not shift based on your mistakes. It is not shaken by what anyone else thinks. His love is the lens that reveals your real identity. This is for your heart and your healing. I say it in every single episode. This is not perfection or performance because this is between you and God. And I say it over and over again because I wish someone would have really gave that to me to where I could really grasp it, because I always felt the need to perform because everyone else was holier than me or more spiritual than me, and I was, a baby Christian. And like I've said in a previous episode, I'm always going to be a baby Christian in my eyes. I'm never going to get to a place where I am there. I am not going to have everything all figured out. I'm not going to have all of the answers. I'm always going to be hungry and thirsty for God and for more and learning new things to put in place so that I can transform and change my mind in each and every season that I walk through in life as I get older, as I go through different experiences. I'm still a baby Christian, but you all know what I mean. So let's pause right here, and I want you to really sit with that this is for your heart and your healing. This is not perfection or performance. This is between you and God. So how does identity change everything? Once you know who you are in Him, you date differently, you stop tolerating disrespect, you don't beg for crumbs, you talk to yourself differently, you set boundaries without panicking, you stop chasing validation, you steward your future with intention. You move from survival mode to living with clarity and purpose. Identity is not just a spiritual concept. It changes who you allow access to you. It changes what you accept. It changes how you show up. So, over these 11 episodes, we uncovered what was draining you, what was confusing you, what was influencing you, what was hurting you. But today, I want you to see something so clear. You are not the girl who tolerated that. You are not the woman defined by that. You are not frozen in the version of you that trauma tried to create. You are redeemed. You are called. You are becoming a brand new version of yourself that you never ever thought or believed was possible for you. It's a version of yourself that you literally cannot dream. The life that I live now, that God has blessed me with and given me the ability to wake up every day with honestly disbelief, because I could not have dreamed the life that He has blessed me with. And He's going to do the exact same for you. And the enemy may have tried to steal, kill, and destroy parts of you. But Jesus said in the Gospel of John 10:10 that He came so that you could have life. And it didn't stop there. He could have stopped there. But He added, and to have it in abundance. Abundance is not chaos. Abundance is wholeness. Abundance is clarity. Abundance is peace. Abundance is confidence rooted in Him. It's an abundance that you would never, ever imagine. And that is available to you. So after everything that you've walked through, this is who you really are. Not broken goods, not too much, not disqualified, not behind. You are chosen, you are seen, you are valued, and you are stepping into something new. This series wasn't about pointing fingers. It was about pulling you forward. And next, we're going to talk about what becoming actually looks like. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to walk through the next series with you. But for today, stand up internally, lift your head, and start seeing yourself the way that God already does. You are not who you thought you were. You are becoming who He created you to be. And before we move forward and end this series, I need you to notice something. You are not the same woman who pressed play on episode 1. At the beginning, we were untangling confusion, patterns, soul ties, identity. We were asking, why does this feel off? Why do I keep shrinking? Why do I feel anxious in love? But now you're not asking from panic, you're asking from awareness. That's different. So here's what most women miss. Healing doesn't just remove what's unhealthy, it reveals who you actually are. Under the people pleasing, under the confusion, under the trauma bonds, under overthinking, there is a steady woman, a grounded woman, a discerning woman, a woman who doesn't just abandon herself. And she's not far away. She's under the noise. And now that we've untangled some of the noise, it's time to build. So in this next series, we're not just talking about what's toxic. We're talking about who you are becoming, how to rebuild self-trust, how to strengthen your standards without guilt, how to create peace in your relationships instead of chasing validation, how to walk steady even if nothing around you changes yet. This next series is about becoming, not surviving, not tolerating, not even going and repeating and going over those same traumatic things that we were kind of pulling up to the surface. Becoming. You don't have to leave your relationship to grow. You don't have to blow up your life to become stronger. You don't have to prove anything, but you do have to decide. And that's where we're going next. If this first series helped you see clearly, the next one is going to help you stand firmly. You're not here by accident, and I don't believe you found this podcast randomly. You're walking into something, and this next chapter, it's where you stop reacting and start becoming. And make sure you're following the show so you don't miss what's coming next. And if this stirred something in you today, don't stop here. I want you to go back to the beginning of this series and walk it through slowly. Healing, true healing, builds layer by layer, and I don't want you missing a single piece. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Hey girlfriend, I hope you loved today's episode. If it encouraged you, share it with a friend who might need a reminder that God's not done with their story. And leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It lights me up knowing that this show is helping you. I'll see you back every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central for another episode. So bye for now. Go live your redemption story.